Greetings and salutations, viewers. I'm StarPrincessHLC, and welcome back to Lads in Distress. When I last left off, we completed Zell's storyline, where basically, the best ending ever came to fruition. We soared around the world on the back of a dragon with our beloved boyfriend at our side. It was amazing, it was beautiful, it was fantastic. But now we gotta complete the last guy to find. Prince Snow, who's probably the Elsa of this group, if I'm making any assumptions here. Let's go with, I have decided to let Prince Snow, Snow Kingdom, court me and marry me in a month's time, as according to tradition. Complete silence ensues. Oh gee, big surprise. My mom and dad don't care about any of my life choices, apparently. I've forced myself to keep my head up high and my back straight as I stare back at my parents' incredulous expressions and slack jaws. My father clambers to his feet with an outrageous expression and starts pacing in front of us. No, absolutely not. Charming, I was under the impression we have already discussed the issue about Prince Snow. My father's voice raises in volume as he goes off into a tirade. I knew it would not end well when I saw that boy dancing with you at the ball, even after everything we told you. No, I won't stand by and watch this disaster unfold. You are not marrying Prince Snow. I will stand in front of the doors of the church myself and keep you out if I have to. He's a skirt chaser, a flight. I doubt he has ever attended any of his lessons as crown prince. He will just be a burden to you, Charming, a burden. You deserve a loving husband. Prince Snow will never be that kind of man. Father, my mind is made up. I am not changing my decision. I will marry Prince Snow and nobody else. Charming, understand that he has his charms, but he will not be a good husband to you. We love you, and we want you to find your happiness. We want you to have your happy ending. I sigh, softening for a moment. I look at my parents' worried frowns and feel a pang of guilt. Father, I'm doing this for us. I'm not romantically interested in him already. I barely talked to him for less than an hour. He's lost his crown. He will never regain his title. This is a pointless move, a useless sacrifice. Please, just choose someone else. Half of the men at the ball last night would cut off their left foot to have the opportunity to pursue you. You do not have to resort to settling for Prince Snow. Please listen to your father, Charming. I'm sorry, Father. Mother, perhaps I am selfish and overly confident, but I have a feeling that this will work out. I know that I can help Prince Snow regain his crown and merge our nations together so that we would be saved from poverty. Father throws his arms up in exasperation. Charming, this is just going too far. Your eagerness to help is one of the best qualities about you that makes you a good future queen, but you cannot help Prince Snow, my child. He is a lost... Father, I'm not changing my mind. Father's eyes search mine, looking for any sign of hesitation. When he finds none, he sighs deeply. I can still call off this marriage alliance plan. Perhaps we should have never... Father, I'm Princess Charming. I can take care of myself. I know what I'm doing, trust me. Father's sigh echoes in the room. Mother stands up and walks up behind him, placing a hand on his shoulder. We wish you would change your mind, Charming, but if you are certain... I am. Prince Snow is a good man, I can tell. He would make a great king one day. He has the charisma and persuasiveness that I couldn't. Or that I don't. He will be a fine ruler by my side. I disagree, but I can see there is no possible way for me to change your mind. Very well. You have come of age now. Your life decisions are your own to make. Oh, how I wish you did not inherit my stubbornness. Throwing my arms around both of them, I press a quick kiss on their cheeks. Thank you, Father, Mother. I won't let you down. I promise I will make you proud. Just wait and see. I dread. At the knock on the door, I set down the potion on the table. Come in. Your Highness. He's definitely, I think, one of the more attractive of the, princes. I will give him that. We'll see how his story goes. I peer up at Prince Snow through my eyelashes as he bows. Prince Snow, you need not be so formal with me anymore. We shall be married soon enough, so feel free to call me Charming if you wish. Of course. In that case, please call me Snow as well. As I just thought, as I was just immediately reminded in my head of Snow from Final Fantasy XIII, and I'm automatically regretting my decision. You're not going to start saying that heroes don't need plans and start punching robots, are you? I signal my agreement with a nod of my head. Oh god, it's even worse! I have pink hair, just like Lightning from 13! No! Oh, this is horrible! I'm sure there's a fanfiction somewhere of Snow and Lightning getting together, but no! There's a beat of silence as he waits for me to continue, but I find myself fumbling for words. Well, thank you for coming. I apologize for waking you this early on such a beautiful morning. Please forgive my rudeness. However, there is an important matter I must discuss with you immediately. I trust that my maids have already passed on the message when they were sent to wake you? Yes. Snow's blinding smile kicks up another notch. I must say, I was very pleased to hear that you have chosen me. Frankly, I was afraid you would have forgotten me already with the overwhelming amount of handsome nobles tripping over themselves to make a good impression on you last night. Snow's shamelessly bold lines from our previous conversation flashed through my mind, and I try to hide my chuckle with a cough. Sorry, it's dusty in here. Fairy dust, you mind. You are rather hard to forget, to say the least. I'm glad to hear that, because you have already left my mind since we... Oh, you have hardly left my mind since we met last night. It's a wonder that you still look so refreshed and dazzling when you must be exhausted from running around in my dreams last night. Oh, aren't you a smooth talker, buddy? And you worry that I would forget you when you say such outrageous things as these at all time. You cannot blame me for being consumed by your charm and beauty. Get it? Because you're charming. Ah-ha-ha. There is nothing I want more in life than to capture your heart and never return it. Snow's smile fades and he stares at me intently with a serious expression. I meant it, what I said about being ecstatic when your messenger summoned me. I need you. You are exactly what I've been waiting for. I cough loudly, feeling strangely flustered at his words. Really? I'm almost kind of hinting like, are you trying to seduce me in a bad way so you can get your kingdom back or whatever? I know that Snow means nothing more than the fact that he needs me as his wife to regain his throne. Yet, I cannot help but be slightly affected by the uncharacteristic sincerity behind his sweet words, even with the less than romantic meaning. I try to play it off with a casual wave of my hand. I've heard. Snow seems to tense up, his smile tighter. His slightly downcast eyes darkens, giving me the odd feeling of a sort of haunted sadness. That brings me to the main concern I must discuss with you. I'm not sure what exactly you've heard about my situation, but I do not wish to marry you without telling you the truth behind my... Snow pauses, as though searching for the right word in his head. Uncharacteristic eagerness to marry. I do not wish for you to be blindsided when you realize my motives for this marriage. Snow's tone stays serious, a far cry from his usual light flirtatious manner. I find my respect for him growing. I did not expect him to be so honest with me, instead of just pretending to be enamored with me to avoid giving me reasons to change my mind. I'm still skeptical. Don't worry, I knew what I was getting into. You must marry by the end of the year, or else you will lose all claim to the throne, am I correct? Oh, so you have heard already. His mouth looks funny that way. Yes, that was indeed what I was about to tell you. Although, there's more to the story than that. I'll explain further when the time is right, but not right now. My apologies, I hope you will not mind. More reasons. I'm burning with curiosity at the vague hint at secrets, but from Snow's demeanor, I can tell I won't be able to get anything out of him. I decide to let it go for now. Let it go, let it go. That's quite alright. After all, we both have our reasons for going through with this marriage. It certainly seems that way. Although that doesn't mean love won't grow between us eventually. The dark look of sorrow returns, but disappears almost as quickly as it appeared. He smiles at me flirtatiously, though I can't help but notice it isn't quite as genuine as before, and the smile doesn't seem to touch his eyes. Uh-oh, did I pick the wrong decision? Yes, of course, truer words have never been spoken. Many couples in arranged marriages are very much in love and could not be happier. Indeed. Out of curiosity, what are your reasons for marrying me? You already know my intentions. Let's just say I'm doing this for my people, and I'm proud to be the one to save them. Snow cocks his head in confusion, but he tactfully drops the subject as well. Instead, his seductive smile returns, and he gives me a wink. Well, I assure you, I will do my best to make our marriage a pleasant and pleasurable one. I bark out a laugh at his suggestive tone and imitate his tone and wink. Try anything funny, and I will do my best to make our marriage highly unpleasant. He coughs to hide a laugh, but I can hear the smile in his voice. I will keep that in mind. Well, shall we get down to business? I've already arranged for a carriage for our departure today. It should be ready in a few hours, I believe. Eager, are we? Guilty as charged. I hope you understand my reasons and forgive my hastiness. No, I agree. We should get married as soon as possible. It is a good idea to begin the courting period right away. If I'm not mistaken, since we met in my kingdom, we will be headed to your kingdom for the month of courting period according to tradition, correct? Indeed, I've already made preparations. I hope that you will like Snow Kingdom. Beautiful paintings of white snow decorating the mountains, simmering in the faint sunlight, immediately surface in my mind. I can't hide my excitement from showing. Oh, I'm certain I will love Snow Kingdom. This sounds like an amazing adventure. Lots of snowball fights. Hey, Snow, do you want to build a snowman? Come on, let's go and play. I'm gonna end up singing Frozen songs all throughout this, aren't I? It's been so long since I've traveled out of Lunar Kingdom. I am really looking forward to this. I pause. That reminds me of the conversation with my parents earlier. My lips automatically slip into a pout at the unhappy reminder. Oh, I almost forgot to warn you. Unfortunately, my parents have insisted on royal guards coming along with me on this journey. I'm more than capable of taking care of myself, of course, but this is just precaution. I hope you would not object. Certainly not. Your safety is a matter of utmost concern to me. Thank you for your kindness, but I assure you I'm extremely adept at self-defense. I can turn you into a newt. The last guy I did took him a while to get better. Charming, you know this is necessary. We can't possibly leave you alone with that scandalous rogue for a month, thanks, Nicole. I whirl around in surprise at Nicole's voice. He's leaning against the door, an exasperated smile that I'm all too familiar with touching his lips. Nicole, how long have you been standing there and eavesdropping, Mr. Blue-haired boy? Long enough. He approaches us, ruffling my hair as he walks by me and gives Snow an intimidating glare. I will be by the princess's side the entire time, so you can erase any inappropriate thoughts from your mind. I won't let you lay a hand on her. I inwardly chuckle at Nicole's attempt to be scary. Why can't we romance Nicole, though? That's what I'd like to ask. I've known Nicole far too long to be fooled by his scowls and glares. He is as kind-hearted as one can be. However, it seems like Snow is taking Nicole seriously, as he takes a step back before seemingly catching himself and clearing his throat. Noticing Snow's nerves, I can't resist chiming in to tease him, an impish smile spreading across my face. It's alright, Nicole. Snow knows that he should be on his best behavior or else I would burn him to a crisp, am I right? That it would be let it burn, let it burn. To emphasize my point, I focus and conjure up a fireball in my hand. I pretend not to notice Snow's terrified expression as I shoot him an innocent smile. Yeah, try anything funny and, yeah. Snow gulps before trying to recompose himself. Ah, I do love strong, independent ladies. You and I will get along well, Charming. I opened my eyes to find myself in an unfamiliar location. In my half-asleep state, my mind vaguely registers that there's a slight rocking motion as though I'm on a boat. Except I'm clearly not on a boat. Confused, I try to rub the sleepiness from my eyes and stand up, but stop short at the sound of Snow's voice. Ah, I see this sleeping beauty has awoken. What? My eyes widen, and I realize with a start that I'm in someone's arms. To be precise, Snow's arms. I let out a loud screech and start kicking furiously. Snow drops me reflexively, and I land on my feet like a kitty cat. Before Snow can blink, I already shifted into my battle stance with a fireball in my palm, ready to fight him for my honor. Snow stares at me wide-eyed, a slightly befuddled expression on his handsome face that somehow makes him appear even more attractive. Oh, I like my men scared. I mentally berate myself for noticing his handsomeness at a moment like this. Now is not the time to appreciate his fine looks. Charming, calm down. Why were you holding me? Were you taking advantage of me? I was asleep. You pervert! What did you do? To his credit, Snow mostly maintains his composure and just backs away from me, slowly with a soothing smile. Charming, you fell asleep on the way here. You were sleeping so soundly that I did not have the heart to wake you, so I was merely attempting to carry you to your room. If I startled you, I sincerely apologize. I narrow my eyes at him in suspicion. Charming, I would never have done anything inappropriate. This time. Besides, just because you were asleep doesn't mean your friend over there was. Snow smiles wryly and motions with a tilt of his head. I look to the left and see Nicole leaning against the carriage, chortling away as he watches the scene unfold. I drop my head, letting the fireball disappear. Oh. I notice Snow rubbing his arm with a grimace, and I duck my head in embarrassment, mumbling an apology. I apologize for kicking you and threatening you with fire, and especially for jumping to conclusions and assuming the worst. Snow gives me a good-natured smile. Do not fret. I've endured worse, trust me. Oh, really? How many times have you been kicked below the belt, I'm assuming? Fair point. I'm certain your scorn lovers have done far worse to you than a kick to the arm. Snow's signature coquettish smirk returns to his face. Is that a hint of jealousy I detect in your voice? I laugh in response, relaxing slightly. Do you wish to be reintroduced to my flames again? He raises his hands up in defeat, chuckling. You are certainly very capable and skilled in magic. That was just a fraction of my power. Truly? Well, I must say I'm very proud to be allowed the honor of courting you. He seems to be looking at me with a strange mixture of relief and hopefulness. Too pleased by his compliment to think too much about it, I puff out my chest in pride. Of course. Let's get this courting started then. Where shall I be staying? I focus my attention to the building behind him, but to my surprise, a modest yet still beautiful cottage stands rather than a grand palace. Yeah, it's totally a college. It kind of looks like a college dorm, doesn't it? But no, it's a cottage. Oh. Snow clears his throat and rubs the back of his head in an almost sheepish gesture. Right, well, while you were asleep, and dreaming about me, I hope, you missed a rather interesting and unexpected turn of events. I originally thought now that I have persuaded you to let me court you and marry you in a month, I would be allowed back in the royal palace. However, it turns out my father and stepmother do not wish for me to return until I have your hand in marriage for certain. There is a slight note of bitterness in his voice. A pang of sympathy almost drives me to reach out for his hand, but I stop myself just in time. Plus, Nicole would probably be like, no, bad Charming. What kind of parents would be so unrelenting and cold? Shouldn't they be missing him after being apart for years? Cold. Get it? Because it's the Snow Kingdom, and snow is cold, and... Okay, I'm done. As though sensing my train of thought, Snow smiles wryly before continuing. So, unfortunately for now, we have to stay in my house. That's perfectly fine with me. why are we even standing here talking when there are hopefully comfortable chairs waiting for us inside? Just saying. We can continue our conversation inside your house. I need my lumbar support, damn it. I make my way to the front door, pushing it open. Snow rushes up behind me and puts a hand on my shoulder. Wait, I must warn you, it is a very small, modest place, and not at all fitting to— Oh, you worry too much. Have I not mentioned I used to travel out of the kingdom a lot? Let me assure you, I did not stay in glamorous estates while I was on those journeys. At one point, I even stayed in a tower. That was a weird one. That's in an alternate universe. I'm here with you now. Without waiting for Snow's reply, I enter the house. Oh, it's so adorable, I guess. Looks kind of standard. I look around the room quickly. It is a modest place, as Snow had described, but it has a certain charm to it. Charm? Get it? Because I'm charming? No. It's certainly not the most extravagant home I've seen, and there is a painful lack of ornaments to decorate the place, especially around Christmas time, but it feels cozy and inviting. I waste no time in taking a seat and making myself at home. Come, sit next to me. Looking baffled, Snow does as I ask. Just don't burn me, please. You have a beautiful home. You are too kind, Charming. I sincerely apologize. I know this is a far cry from where you usually live. I like it here. It's not as unnecessarily large as the palace, and it feels comfortable. Snow stares at me for a long moment, most likely gauging my expression to see if I'm being genuine. Finally convinced that I'm not merely lying through my teeth to be polite, he relaxes, but the bemused expression stays on his face. You are not what I expected at all, Princess. Neither are you. I certainly never would have guessed that the dashing Prince Snow would be living in a normal commoner's cottage. Snow gives a quiet laugh. Well, the rumors you heard are accurate. I was thrown out of the palace without a penny on me. I had to fend for myself on the streets. It's a miracle I managed to purchase my own home. I did not exactly have much of a choice when it comes to picking my hopefully temporary residence. He still was able to keep his fancy clothes, though, just saying. Then again, who knows how long he's washed those. Then again, they're white, so I don't know. I duck my head to try and hide my surprise, but from his faint smile, I assume my attempt is unsuccessful. Not many royals can survive on their own without any financial help after having led a charming life with everything handed to them on a silver platter since the day they were born. For a frivolous crown prince to do so, impressive and unexpected. You've certainly done well for yourself. May I ask how you adjusted to a commoner's life? Snow winks at me suggestively. Oh. I have my ways. I can be persuasive when I want to be. You were whoring yourself out, weren't you? It takes a moment for his implications to sink in. I cough, turning away to hide my flustered expression. Snow gives a loud laugh at my reaction. I was merely jesting. I convinced some locals to give me jobs and just saved up all the money I could spare until I could buy myself this place. Unfortunately, this was all I could afford. It's a lovely place. I would be very proud if I were you. I recognize Snow's coy smile and prepare myself for another one of his lines. It's lovelier now with you here. Your presence alone makes the room 1,000 times more beautiful. I shake my head with a laugh. I must say that line was rather lacking. You could do better than that. Snow playfully pretends to hang his head in shame. My apologies, milady. I will do better next time. You know, I start to speak, but a yawn that I fail to stifle interrupts me. Snow stands up and offers me his hand. I apologize. You've had a long journey, and I should not keep you from retiring. Please, let me show you to your room. I consider protesting, as I would much rather talk to him more instead, but another yawn makes me realize I'm more tired than I thought. I concede reluctantly. Thank you. Your friend and your guards will stand guard outside your door. No harm will come to you, I promise. By the way, where's Nicole and the guards going to sleep? I know. Thank you for your consideration. I will see you tomorrow. Good night, Prince Snow. A slight smile plays on his lips as he bows. Good night, Princess Charming. Okay. So far, this is turning out to be actually kind of interesting. Alright, I'm going to save here. And we will continue this in the next part, see where this particular romance goes. Because the other two were actually quite sweet. I'm not so sure about this guy yet. He's handsome, sure, don't get me wrong. But I'm sure there's going to be a twist in the midst of all this. This is also, I think, the only time we've actually gone to another area in order to court someone. Usually it was either at the palace or, in Zel's case, the tower. So this should be interesting. We'll see where this goes. But for now, this is StarPrincessHLC saying thank you very much for watching, and have a fond farewell.